Hey, what's happening, everyone? SirJames coming at you guys with another video, and today I wanted to go ahead and share with you guys two of my brand new additions for Hot Toys and Sideshow collectibles. If you guys didn't know already, is that I started to get into collecting them now. I don't plan on going quite heavily on them. There's only going to be very specific pieces that I get, and it's all about, if I could get it for a really good deal as an option, it's got to look good and it's got to have a good meaning for me. And so those are the kind of pieces that I'm going for at the moment, because I can't get too heavily into it right now because with the next gen consoles probably coming out next year, got to make sure that I'm ready for that as well. But the two additions that I've added, as you can see from the thumbnail, is well worth it. To also let you guys know that this video was supposed to originally be an unboxing video of the main item that I got, but what had happened was the first video got corrupted. The second time, after putting everything back in the box to refilm the unboxing video as best as I can, I forgot to turn on the microphone. Yeah, it happens once in a while, and it's really frustrating. So rather than just be a one-thing video, that you're kind of getting a two for one. So, I mean, there's a positive in it. Anyways, item number one is a Sideshow collectible exclusive, or not exclusive, but this is made by Sideshow. This is Obi-Wan Kenobi from their Mythos lineup. As you guys know, I did plan on getting the Boba Fett from their Mythos lineup. I figured, you know what, there's only two Star Wars Mythos, and the Obi-Wan figure looked really cool, and after getting him in person, I don't regret the purchase. So again, there he is. That's his box. So that is item number one that we're going to be taking a look at, which I already have everything out, so we don't have to worry about any unboxings and setups and whatnot. And then the main highlight, which was the item I was trying to unbox, but the video just for whatever reason wouldn't happen because of all the different screw-ups. And this one I'm really stoked about, and also because I got it for a good deal. Boom! This is the Hot Toys RoboCop with his chair, and I got this brand new off of eBay, and it's just, man, gosh, this is an awesome piece. But before we could talk about RoboCop, we have to talk about Obi-Wan Kenobi. So let me go ahead and bring him up without dropping his lightsaber. Now, I'm not going to do anything crazy like with articulations. You guys know when it comes to Sideshow and Hot Toys, the figures have a lot of different articulations, so you could pose them in all kinds of different ways. And so the way I'm going to be showing you guys is how I'm basically going to have these displayed, so which is why I don't want to mess up how I have them set up at the moment. But I will be giving you guys close-ups with photos and whatnot as I talk about different aspects. So again, here we have Obi-Wan Kenobi from the Mythos lineup. If you don't know exactly what that means, is that this version of Obi-Wan takes place long after the events of Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, and before the events of Episode 4. So he's not quite as old yet, but we know that he's been through a lot of stuff. He's been on Tatooine watching over Luke Skywalker, so when he becomes of age, he could train him and so forth, and also to help protect him as best as he can. And I think they captured the likeness of this character quite well. The interesting detail that I read upon is that for the face sculpt, is that they incorporated the facial features of the actors who played Obi-Wan Kenobi from Revenge of the Sith to Episode 4 into this particular model, I should say. Is they captured the likeness really good. I like the fact too, especially within the beard and starting to reach the hair, you can start seeing the white hairs form in, which is very, very neat. And probably one of the main highlights also for this figure is not only does he look good, but he's also got this cool like nomad backpack here. Some of the highlights that this has on there is that he has a couple extra belts over here. He's also got like this bed type, pretty much like a bedding of some kind down here, which is made of a soft goods material. And then, of course, he's also got all kinds of different weapons with him. He's got, like, some of the weapons that the Tusken Raiders would be using. He's also got a modified Tusken Raider rifle, which is very neat. He's got this water purifier because, obviously, he's on a desert planet, Tatooine, so he's got to have a fresh source of water some way, shape, or form. And the other cool thing he's also got is up on the top here is remnants of his old Clone Wars armor, which is very neat because he also got the Republic symbol over here, which I absolutely love. And the other thing he also gets included besides some of these is he also has 3 lightsabers. He has his lightsaber, which is up on his belt, which I like how they did this one compared to like the dark side Anakin Skywalker, because you got like this little metal latch here, and then you got a metal hook here, and there's kind of just pops in. It's much easier, much more reliable compared to the little plastic tabs, in my opinion. And then on the back side here down below is he also got 2 other ones. And you might be wondering, well, obviously, you know, one of them is going to be Anakin Skywalker, which of course becomes Luke's. And the other one that is also included is his old master's, Qui-Gon Jinn's, which I think is very cool. Other cool things that he also has is, of course, you know, he's got his hood that you could put on. He's got these cool goggles, so if he's out in the desert, or, I mean, you got the desert storm going on, he'll be able to protect his eyes. And the other thing he also has included is he does have different hands. He's got a trigger hand, he's got his force hands, he's got hands for holding his lightsaber, fists, and besides his lightsabers, he also has, open this up, he's got these really cool binoculars, so if you want to pose them with him holding this, you can. And he's also got a droid communicator, and he also has a, well, blade for his lightsaber, which doesn't light up, by the way. The biggest negative I will have for this piece, with the price range of $260, is the fact that for the base is terrible. It's just a plain base, nothing cool. Then on the bottom of it says Star Wars. They should have done like a desert themed base, especially for the asking price, but I think the asking price was a little bit up there because of the additional backpack accessory going on here. But other than that, I think this is a great figure, worth it in my opinion. And overall, minus the one deal with the base, I'd easily give him a 9 out of 10 for sure. But this is a neat one nonetheless. Now the next one, as I mentioned, the highlight of today is I got RoboCop with his chair. I managed to get this off of eBay, which I think before the original retail pricing was about $425, $430, somewhere around there. Taking a quick guess here. I managed to get this off eBay for $290, brand new in its packaging, of course, besides me opening it for the first time. So I thought I got a really good deal on this. And let me go ahead and bring him up. Thank you, computer, for whatever that was. So here is RoboCop. Let me bring some of his accessories up here. So again, I'm not going to take him off, but he does have a decent amount of articulation though, because he's got all the armor going on. It's not going to be as crazy as like the Obi-Wan figure and some of the other ones. But of course, you could still get him in some of his iconic poses that we've seen in the movie. But again, the main highlight here with this particular piece is that he does have the chair included. Now the chair does have a light up feature on these lights back here, which is a bit hard to see, especially when you have RoboCop in there sitting in. But you know, it's accurate to the on-screen movie. The only thing that's not quite accurate is the screen over here, which obviously has an image of RoboCop. And the reason why it's not quite as accurate as in the movies is because in the movies you see more of his face. Here it's kind of like a screenshot from what was ever on screen, and just not quite cropped right. But again, that's more of a nitpick. And then over here for these sensors, even though there's no backlight on these, which is a little bit unfortunate, but it kind of is what it is to kind of keep the cost where it is at, is that you do have 2 stickers that you have to put in here. Some of the highlights for his accessories is that you get this cool RoboCop remote here, which is for some of its main highlights, which we'll get to in just a moment. You also have this magnet for the back plate, because he does actually, RoboCop himself does need batteries, which are these like these N batteries. He does have extra facial expressions. So depending on what you want to incorporate. He's also got battle damage. The first piece here is that we have his battle damage chest plate. And then of course his battle damage helmets. And you might not be able to see it right now, but in post-production I'll show you guys is that right here within the cracked visor, you could actually see his eye, which is a good attention to detail, which is why Hot Toys has done an amazing job over the years. I don't know exactly when this piece came out, but honestly, definitely one of the cooler RoboCop figures I've seen. I think there's only like 3 or 4 different variations. There's him with the chair, you can get him by himself. There's also a battle damage version bundled with Murphy and his police uniform before he became RoboCop. And then there's also the battle damage by himself, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's just all the variations. I do want to get the battle damage one as well. But again, this figure is made of die-cast, so RoboCop as a figure is on the heavy side. Keep that in mind. I would probably recommend incorporating the base because he might topple over a little bit. He does include a standard base, which just has the OCP logo and says RoboCop on it. And of course, he's got the little stand for the center to hold him up. But honestly, if you get this piece, I would recommend posing him with the chair. And of course, we get to the main important feature of this item, which I think it went into a standby mode, so I think I have to, or actually I might not have it on. So that's kind of a dynamic there. So let's go ahead. Oh, he was on. I think just for whatever reason went on standby.
Serve the public trust, protect the innocent, uphold the law.
So he does have phrases, which you click the remote.
Stay out of trouble. Drop the gun, you are under arrest. Dead or alive, you're coming with me. Come quietly or there will be trouble. Thank you for your cooperation. Good night.
And then after he says that, he'll repeat everything again. So to do it properly, now that he's in the chair.
Serve the public trust. Protect the innocent. Uphold the law.
Perfect. Other main highlights too is that as far as hands go, he's got these hands here, which have the different posable fingers, which I would recommend. He's also got a pair of fists, which he comes default out of the box. And the last thing he also has is that he's got the one with the data spike in it, which is pretty neat. If you get the battle damage one, not only is he a lot more damage compared to the pieces that you get here, which some of these would make great companions for that other one, is that his data spike on the battle damage version is also bloodied, because if you've seen the movie, you know exactly what he uses it for. But like I said, this is probably the main highlight of today. Managed to get this for a score of $290. The Mythos Obi-Wan Kenobi is found on Sideshow's website. He is $260, with the main disappointment of that one is the fact that the base is a bit on the plain side. And I guess you could argue as a little nitpick is that he doesn't come with his signature hand pose, you know, when he's getting ready to battle, because he did that once in the Star Wars Rebels animated series when he was facing off Darth Maul for the final time. And of course, he never utilizes that again, at least from the films that we've seen. But that's about it. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. Like I said, I do apologize that the unboxing portions for this particular figure got ruined, not once, but twice. But hopefully this was a better way to kind of give you guys a proper way to see these. And until then, I'll see you guys on the next video, because Kingdom Hearts is just around the corner. Can't wait.